Alright friends, congratulations, you're on the last topic of the images chapter 7, and we're going to be talking about floating images. Now by saying floating images, I don't mean that these images would be floating across the screen like this. That's a marquee. Okay, don't confuse the name floating with something that's really floating. It's like, if you use the word document and you have a big paragraph and you want to add an image somewhere. For example, here you're going to add an image using PowerPoint. For example, I'll just try to show this to you. Image, pictures. For example, I have this picture here. Okay. And let me resize this. Oops, it's too big. I'm just trying to explain how you can add an image. For example, supposing Control X, and I would add it right here where the cursor is. Okay, it's not adding it, probably because it's a bullet text. Okay, supposing I have the image right here, and with PowerPoint I have the ability to move the image around. Okay, align text, where is it? Size and position. Okay, format picture, size. Here you can define the size and also the position. Okay, let's see what we have in the position. Vertical position from top left corner and horizontal position. Supposing I want to make this go, okay, I can make this go farther away, and I could also make it go all the way here. Okay, all right, but then I would need to move these guys here. Right, align the image left or right of the text. Okay, this is bulleted list, but which is why, what I'm trying to say is, supposing you have a paragraph and this is how you want to align the image. You want to align it next to the middle, bottom. Okay, this is all about inside this tag here. Okay, what I'm trying to say is, if you have a paragraph in Word, you have a lot of control over where you place the image in the paragraph, right? So you sometimes want to put the image within the paragraph, centered text, left aligned, right aligned, bottom of the text, top of the text, anywhere in the text. You have the flexibility to add that. So that means that image is floating in the text. How do you do that in HTML? Okay, that's what this topic is all about. Okay, I again created a skeletal page called floating image. Okay, and to this page I'm going to add an image. Okay, but before I can add an image, let me tell you something. In order to create a floating image, you would need to do some form of style. Not exactly a CSS style, but a style has to be declared, okay, for the image. So for that, you need to, beneath the head tag, create the style tag. Okay, and inside the style tag you will define the image attribute. And how will the image behave? This is what you will be defining. This is how the image will behave. Remember the curly bracket? It is used when you're defining the CSS code. Okay, let's hit the space bar right underneath this curly bracket, because we want to keep the code nested and easy and simple to read. So float right, simple. Okay, again hit the space bar and write border double colon 1 pixel dotted black. You can understand what's going on here, right? We are defining how the image would behave in this file, the file floating image.txt. Margin is 0 pixels. Again, this is the same thing going on here like the last topic. Top, bottom, left, right coordinates, 15 pixels and 20 pixels. Close the curly bracket. I'm going to hit the space bar, works better for me. Close the curly bracket, close the style tag, and close the head tag as well. Okay, because you have defined the contents of the head tag. Is that clear? And the title has been defined, and body. Under the body tag, you're going to write paragraph, and what I want to do is I just want to copy and paste some text from somewhere. Okay, This is what we were doing the last topic. So I am just going to copy this whole thing. Okay, Control C, just to save time. Control V, and I'm just going to hit enter and close the paragraph tag. Let's save it. Save as floating image.txt, and I also want to save it as HTML. .html. Okay, and let's see what it looks like. I'm looking at this one. Yes, okay, this is what it looks like right now. Really ugly. All right, let's add an image here, a floating image. Okay, how do you add a floating image? We've already defined how the image would behave. It would float to the right side. It would have a border of 1 pixel which will be dotted, and it will be black in color. You can play around with these parameters. Okay, you can have solid and you can have blue. It's up to you. Margin 0 pixel, 0 pixel, 14 pixel, 20 pixel, which means it will push away the text around it by this many pixels. Okay, let's see if it is true to its word. Okay, open up another paragraph under this paragraph, and within this paragraph I want an image source. Okay, image source is equal to, and I'm going to use the same image that I have here already. Let me use the stomach. Okay, it's called stomach.png, stomach.png, no spelling mistakes allowed here. Width is equal to 100, height is equal to 140, where comma is closed, tag closed. Okay, and I will place the same text here again, Control V. Okay, close the paragraph tag like this. Okay, and I'm going to save this document txt, and I'm going to try to run this file again. All right, the image is right here. Okay, this is all squished and it's not the right size and everything, but notice that it has a border around it. Okay, I don't think I can see that. So what I'm going to do is I am going to try to make this look wider. Let me play with it. I'm going to double the width and double the height. 280. Okay, let me refresh. There you go. Okay, for some reason my browser is not reading the dotted border here. My image is in the right, it's floating towards the right. Okay, and if I change this to left, what happens? File, save. There you go, it goes to the left side. Okay, and what happens if I do center? Let me see if it reads this code or not. There you go, it's in the center of the text. Okay, which means the text begins from here to here and it is placed towards the center of the length of the text. And supposing I create a smaller image. Okay, go back to the original 100 by 140. Okay, just showing you how you can play with the image. Nothing is legible here. What you could do is create a hotspot, and in the bracket just say that you can click on this image, click here, you can add a text, a tooltip kind of thing. You could create that using HTML, and just click on the hotspot and the users can see a bigger image here. That's possible, and that would be like creating another page, and the next page it would be a absolute link, but on the next page would be a bigger picture displayed with bigger dimensions, width, height, and centered image in the page. So, and a back URL that says back, so that users can go back to this particular page. All right, so this is how we do floating images, and you can use many images and image examples to create floating images. and try to play around with all this text, change a little bit and see what happens. Okay, and but one thing is for sure, that the margin of the top and the bottom, the spacing is 0. There is no spacing here. Okay, and left or right there is a bit of spacing here. Okay, I think I'm done with this chapter. So we have the GIF, JPG, PNG images. I described each and the relevance of each. Then we talked about HTML image syntaxes, the different syntax that is available to you, the image source and its attribute of width, height and color, border, every single thing that could be done with the image, all those attributes, how they would behave. Then we did image size attribute, we did local images and we did external images, which means that we were dealing with folders, and if the image is located next to in the same folder where the .txt file is located, you don't need to worry about the relative address of the entire file. So for example, if you just go to an image and right click it and look at its properties, you can see the relative address of the image. Okay, and if this image was not located in the same folder as the .txt file that was using the image, you would need to add the entire address in the image source part of the code. Okay, and what else did we do? We created external images, local images, then we did image maps, so of course in the previous topic. And I also gave you an exercise in which you could create the map of the United States. Each state could have a hotspot like this. Okay, and you click on the hotspot of each state and you could be taken to the page where you give more information to the user. So what else did we have? Yes, we have floating images in which we demonstrated how to place the images at the right or left, top or bottom of the paragraph. Okay, with this I conclude the entire chapter, and up next I would be talking about HTML multimedia, audio and video, my favorite part, and it would be I believe the last chapter of this course. Okay, and the audio and video, which is the chapter 8, and after the chapter 8 I'm going to give you a short review, and I'm going to talk about the e-portfolio and what can be done to embellish and to make it look more professional, and something that looks like, the code has been done from scratch. So let's look at the next chapter, that's chapter 8, audio and video. Take care.